There's a particular richness in spirit here, but the people are struggling to live.
We're being told all the time how dangerous it is here.
People here, they're frightened every day.
The militia groups keep them scared and they keep them running.
You have gangs,
Kidnappings,
child soldiers,
the drug cartel, robbing.
I can't even wrap my head around the complexity of everything that's going on here.
Everybody looks at us like, why are you still here? This is very unsafe.
the Colombian people know what their needs are, and they're trying to address them efficiently. They just need a little bit of help.
My name is Niusha. I work with a lot of refugees in one of the most dangerous slums in Bogota. In Colombia, families are forced to leave their homes because of land occupation by different armed groups, because of massacres, or children are being recruited by the armed forces. They come here to Kazuka, and it is one of the most dangerous slums.
We've been coming to Colombia for many years. We notice that there's many people here who are struggling to make it. It's difficult for them to find resources, and that's why we're trying to give them hope.
Mi nombre es Lucillane Duarte, soy la madre de Julie Tatiana. Yo supe a los 15 días de que Julie, que mi niña era sordomuda. Uno como padre no espera eso, ¿cierto? Espero que Dios quiera que con estos audífonos mi niña pueda escuchar. Estoy tan emocionada que tengo como ganas de llorar.
President Clinton has contributed a lot to the relations between the U.S. and Colombia. I'm honored that he's coming by to work with us.
Are you doing well?
I'm great.
Good.
Bill and Tanny Austin say that I ruined their lives.
Right this way.
When I met them, he was giving away 50,000 hearing aids a year. So I said, you know, I bet you could do more than this. So he promised to do 100,000 a year, which means that over a 10-year period, more than 1 million people will have their hearing restored. It's an amazing thing. El Presidente. If you go back to when he first started his business, when he really was just a small business person, even then, he was giving away a lot of hearing aids to people who couldn't afford to buy one.
So we've got one side.
One down, one to go.
One down, and, oh, no, I know.
You thought you were going to take his hearing aid away. The more successful he got, the more hearing aids he gave away. And then he realized no matter how successful he was, he'd never be able to do as much as he wanted to do unless he got other people involved too. And that's when he got all these celebrities who go out and attract crowds and make people not ashamed to admit they couldn't hear, not ashamed to ask for this help.
We're really, really hoping that Yuli, who's never heard before, will be able to hear. So we're putting all of our hopes, especially on her.
Okay. Okay. So let's just go right this way. Stephen. Come on in here.
Hello, Nyusha. Please meet Julie.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
Julie's 18, but she's never heard before.
And she was born this way?
Yes.
18? Okay. To be 18 years old and never have heard a sound or your mother's voice, you never know if we're going to be able to help them. You know, we have a pretty good success rate, but there always is that slim chance that, you know, we're not able to restore back their hearing with these hearing aids.
No?
I know the feeling. I know what it's like to get hearing. And if you're deaf and the hearing aid doesn't work, there's nothing really you can do about it.
I'm nervous. When I was watching Yuli with her mother, her eyes were just so intense. You could see the fear and the hope.
No?
¿Está bien?
¿Escucha o no escucha? No escucha. That was great.
So she can hear now, yes?
Yes, sir. That's good. She's got it. That's good.
When I was watching Yuli with her mother, I was seeing my son over her shoulder. So I was thinking, what if that was my son sitting there and I was in her place? And it was enough to make me break down.
That's good. She's got it.
En esos momentos es tan grande la felicidad que yo siento que no sé ni cómo explicar.
She's very happy. She's very, very happy.
Looking into somebody's eyes and they hear for the first time is something that I will never forget. Just think about all these people are going to be able to get work because they can get education and training.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Bill's capacity to keep growing what started out as just his natural good heart, turn it into a huge humanitarian venture. They just keep chugging along. They find ways to do more and more and more.
I'm really impressed that you would bring these people to us for help. That's the kind of caring this country needs and the world needs, the community.
She actually wants to invite us
To go see her work.
Oh,
what
that
she's
would
doing.
be wonderful.
get done-
I'd love to
love
do
to
that.
have you.
Yeah, I really would like to do that. If there's anything we can do to help, we're going to try. I only do one thing, and that's hearing. But there are other challenges in life and other things that need to be done too. And I'm always inspired by good people. So what I want to do is to get close enough to the people to really know their hearts.
Nyusha invited us to Kazuka to help pitch in and help support their community.
Unfortunately, Colombia is the biggest provider of cocaine in the world. Every single time somebody sniffs cocaine, they displace the family and feed the violence in these mountains.
We've never been to a place like this before, and to be honest, we don't know what to expect.
Colombia has the largest number of forced displaced people in the world. The higher you go up in the mountains, the more poverty you'll find.
Look at that little girl over there. Wow.
This is it.
Nyusha, hi.
Hey, Steve,
How are you?
how are you?
okay.
Good to see you. Hello.
Doing well? Brought some help with us.
Oh, God, we were just talking about how much we need help. Hi.
This is Snejana.
Snejana, nice.
Carlos.
Carlos, nice to meet you, Carlos. So this is part of the community of Kazuka. We've been wanting to do a community center for the last 3 years. And we're actually building the walls with plastic bottles. It's much cheaper. It costs 1/3 of what a brick structure would cost. It's a great way to conserve the environment.
Is this
And,
the first project using bottles you did?
in this community, yes. Colombia caught my heart from the first time I came here. My family was displaced from the war in Iran, and I grew up in a slum like this, so it's something that hit home.
Hola, hola, hola.
Yeah, I fell in love with the people. With all the poverty and violence, everything that happens, people are very sweet over here, and you can feel the heart and the energy. That's what got me, and I thought I have to do something. And then 3 years ago, we're able to basically create the Non-governmental Foundation for Children. Nora, le te presento a Tani
Mucho gusto, Nora.
I give you a hug.
y a Bill.
Hola. Bienvenidos.
So Nora came here 17 years ago, and they came over here looking for a better opportunity.
En este barrio soy un poco como dinamizadora comunitaria.
We're trying to reinforce social fabric because it's very weak in this area because there's a lot of displaced people who come and they're from different regions. They leave everything behind because armed groups and gangs, they tell them you have half an hour to leave your home.
Yeah.
Otherwise we kill you. So they just have to pack the little that they have and they're just... So they come over here with even more difficulties and they face more violence and poverty.
As the community is an unclaimed, illegitimate community, it's not a real community like we know it. It doesn't have a mayor and a council and a fire department or a police department. It doesn't have any of those things. They're just living here as a collection of people from these various places around Colombia. What they need is to have a sense of community instead of just a place that they've temporarily landed to, survive and take care of themselves.
We're hoping that with a community center, we can have the community come together to provide a space for children to receive all kinds of educational workshops and support.
The right way to put the bottles is here at the top, inside, okay?
All right.
So my name is Chan Shigematsu. I work with Kanti. I decided to have Nusha because I have lived here in Colombia, so I know the story about this country. Here. Everyone is forgot about us. We want to give this community a change in their life. It's here in Colombia, this is trash. There's no value for this plastic bag. So here is a good option that we collect from the trash these bottles, so we can fill with dirt, we can make a brick.
When you think of building a structure, building a building, you think of bricks or you think of mortar, but they don't have these resources here, so you have to use what you can find. And using these recyclable bottles, is a fantastic idea, and it's great to have the community support to help accomplish this. I have a feeling these aren't gonna bust.
I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like at the end because it's nowhere near being done right now.
No, it's kind of hard to picture. But I think what's great about community centers are like this is it gives them a place to go to, as opposed to going to the streets.
This is Nora.
Mucho gusto.
She's going to help us a lot because I know we need more bottles. So she's going to take us and see where we can collect more bottles.
We can do it.
Okay.
We can. All right.
Let's go.
So is this like their fruit market then?
Just tell everything.
Buenos días. ¿Tienen botellas plásticas? Gracias.
Gracias.
Walking around the market in Kazuka, I was shocked to see how thriving it is. I mean, there were people walking around everywhere. There were people buying and there were people selling. And, for an area that has nothing, they've got a great market system.
We've known Nora for a long time, and she's basically our bridge to the community. They were the first family who arrived where we are building right now.
Empecé a ayudar a los niños del sector. Ellos venían a preguntarme las tareas y poco a poco piden más de 30 niños todos los días. Enseñarles sobre valores y enseñarles cosas buenas, como intentar arrancarlos de la guerra, las drogas, de la violencia. Intentamos que los jóvenes no sean reclutados a los grupos armados. Realmente cuando yo llevo muchos años trabajando con la comunidad y ha sido una forma de autoprotección. Yo hago parte de esta comunidad y si quiero estar bien, pues tengo que ayudar a los demás a que estén bien conmigo, porque no puedo pensar en mí nomás. Si yo quiero que mis hijos sean personas de bien, tengo que cuidar las personas que con ellos están.
It takes a lot for one person to really stand up and make that change, and it's really brave of Nora to take on the role that she has in this community.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas
Y a ver
gracias.
si la vemos allá.
Gracias.
How did you get involved in all this?
Because all my life I have worked in social work as well, and I helped to organize No More FARC. As you know, FARC is the guerrilla here, and we have a big problem here in Colombia, a lot of violence. The FARC has control of all the drug market. Let's go here.
Okay.
Hola. When I saw the news, I saw a lot of bad news about Colombia. So I decided, okay, let's do this. I can change my life. I can do a good thing for Colombia. Let's get back to Colombia. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Queríamos saber si usted tiene botellas recicladas pequeñas que nos donen, que nos regales.
¿Plásticas?
Plásticas. So they always close the door because it's quite dangerous after 4 p.m. It's quite dangerous to walk around here. Gracias.
Gracias.
The community is not going to support you unless they can trust you, and the community is always going to be, very wary of what's happening.
Well, how did you convince the community?
We've been here for 3 years, so it
Right.
wasn't easy at the beginning, but it's better now, yeah?
Yeah. Did you have to show them, though, like what you did first in order to gain their trust? Or
Yeah,
did...
of course. I mean, like I said, trust is not just given like that. So there's always a lot of mistrust. It's frustrating, but one has to also understand that even if you come with good intentions, people have been used a lot. So.
¿Quién habla español?
Yo hablo español. ¿Fotos? Estamos haciendo una campaña porque estamos construyendo un centro un centro.
¿Campaña para qué?
¿Cuál es el problema? Que, mira, es que...
Aquí están las filmaciones que hay.
Mira, déjame explicarte. Estamos recolectando unas botellas.
No permito ninguna filmación.
One of the locals from the community, he didn't like us being there.
Guillermo, venga.
We're all very tense. We didn't know what to expect.
¿Cuál es el problema?
The distrust in this community is very intense, and clearly the locals don't want us here.
Guillermo, venga. El programa dice que hay un programa de recolección.
Mira, estamos recolectando botellas.
O si no,
People are looking around, and we're all a little bit uncomfortable.
muy buenos días.
Mira, es que...
Aquí están las filmaciones que hay.
Mira, es que no estamos grabando a la gente de acá ni nada. Lo único es que estamos haciendo una recolección de botellas.
¿Y por qué no lo hacen en la parte baja? No permito ninguna filmación.
We're just trying to complete our job and help this community, and it's frustrating we weren't able to finish collecting bottles. Hopefully within a few days they'll see that we did come here to try to help, and that will help Nora get that community and market behind her.
Guys, time to go for lunch.
Vamos a hacer un ajiaco. Es algo tradicional de aquí de Colombia,
It's
especialmente.
a really real traditional soup. Okay, so let's go to cooking. Here in Kazuka, some of the people, they don't have money. If you have a lunch, you don't have a dinner. Or you have a breakfast, and you don't have a lunch.
So you got to make choices.
Yeah. Here in Kazuka, you can walk on the street. She cannot leave her house after 5 p.m.
Really? Why is that?
There is a gangs and armed boys with guns.
Do they come down here to her house, or?
Midnight, someone starts to knock the door just to frighten her. So every day, every week that you survive is like a prize. It's a blessing,
I think it's incredibly unfortunate that she has to constantly live in fear of this community that she's trying to help because of the violence that's in this area.
Hola. Bienvenidos.
Hola, sigan.
Hola.
Luzmila
Her name is
Trujillo.
Luzmila. The grandson, Jose Luis. She doesn't have nothing to eat, so she asked for everyone, and the community helped her for food. She is a displaced family that came here to Kazuka. People such as Nora is helping her.
Para mí y para toda mi familia sin mi Nora, es un milagro maravilloso.
How does she feel this community center is going to help?
Para traer a mis hijos, para mis nietos, todo.
She will have the opportunity to take all the grandson, their children, capacitation, and to learn different things. You know?
Real ayuda y la comunidad. Que no haya como ese ahí.
So her dream is to empower the community. So there's a lot of kids in this neighborhood that are their whole lives are gonna change. She also said that what they need is like more love and compassion and understanding.
So do they feel like they have no hope then, the kids here? Like no future?
Sienten que no hay futuro, ¿cierto?
Sí, a veces sí.
Pues no harto porque pues la finca.
They used to live in the farm, a normal life, and suddenly this guerrilla group appeared.
Ya uno escucha que se llevan los niños, que se llevan los hijos.
So the group asked, okay, I need your children to join us. If they don't accept that, they can be killed, you know?
What did she do?
So she couldn't say nothing. She talked with her husband, okay, let's get out of here. Let's go to Bogota.
Did they have to leave everything, or?
¿Dejaste todo?
Sí, todo
Yeah,
porque
she left
uno no.
everything. They just come here with their clothes. That's all. And their children. That's all. It's very sad. No, it makes me a little bit sad. It's okay. These people have suffered a lot. Okay, my God. They have dreams that they would like to accomplish, but some of them are impossible. These people deserve a better life.
The crazy thing is that her story is one of a million stories. You kind of question, God, like, how could this happen?
They really needed these community centers here in Kazuka. Honestly, they really need it.
This community center is more than just a building. It's an opportunity for a better life for Luis, Mila, and the families of Kazuka. So we have to make sure it gets finished. I am a bottle laying machine here.
We have a lot of work to do.
We do have a lot of work to do in a short amount of time.
Steve, we're supposed to receive more bottles today, but the car broke down, so we were left without the bottles. So we found a recycling center. We just needed a car to go. ¿Qué tan lejos es?
Media hora.
Half an hour going down.
Do we have a vehicle not big enough? You need a truck, don't you?
Yes.
We can take one of ours
That'd be
and
great.
go get them. All right.
¿Dónde vamos a buscar?
Atravesarla, sí, señor. Es al otro lado, sobre el...
We immediately hop into a car with Cesar, who says he knows of a really great place where he thinks we can find some bottles.
Are we close?
Vamos a intentar allí, disculpe.
Does he know where we're at?
You look at Caesar's face, and he's literally sweating bullets because he's lost. He's lost.
The fact that we've heard about all of the violence and how dangerous it is to be here when the sun starts to go down, we all started to panic.
This has proven to be not easy to just go down and pick up 10 bags of bottles.
I feel really scared because this is a situation that you hear about all the time. People go to foreign places that they don't know about, and that's when they get in trouble.
Burning daylight, too. We got lost 3 times just trying to find our location.
Aquí. Aquí, por favor, para.
Right there. I see bottles in there.
Whoop.
We have arrived at our destination.
See,
There's a lot of recyclables.
My God.
We're all trying to figure out what happened to the bottles.
Carlos, did they not have like the 10 bags we came for? Are you kidding?
He said that they've been waiting since the morning, so they crushed a ton of them already. Yolanda said that she wants to take us to a big warehouse where there's a ton of bottles, and we can just go over there and pick through them.
All right. Oh, see, those would have been perfect.
Oh,
those are the bottles. Those are the bottles right there that we needed.
Whoa.
Wow.
Standing there looking at this mountain of bottles, I'm wondering how we're gonna get it done before the sun starts to go down.
The reality is we need a very specific type of bottle. Oh, this is a stretch. It's seriously needles in a haystack because the bottles you see are this size and they hide the smaller bottles. So you have to literally just start throwing bottles everywhere and hope you find some.
What is... Are those nets?
Come on, Carlos.
The bottles are sticky, they're wet, they're dirty. Ah!
I got 2.
This is crazy.
Carlos.
It's all games.
I'm just trying to clear my pile out.
Sorry.
It goes down on me.
I'm feeling worried. At this pace, we might be here all night.
And we've been here quite a long time. Over the course of 3 hours, we were able to fill plenty of bags. You know, unfortunately, it gets very dangerous here at night, and so we have to wait until tomorrow to bring the bottles back to Kazuka. We've got a lot of bags.
Yeah.
Luckily, we were able to get back to the community and help restart the build. We've got bottles.
Oh my God, this is great. We were waiting.
We found a big load.
You saved us. Yay! So let's get to it.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Yes.
All right.
I am extremely impressed. You see all of the mortar being mixed and the bottles being filled and everyone working together. It's such a beautiful sight to see.
Sí, lo conocemos.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Mucho gusto. Steve. Is this her brother or is this a friend?
Somos pareja de baile.
Oh, they're actually dance partners.
Ah.
These teenagers have been affected by violence and displacement and war, and they're pretty brave to be out here and telling us this story because their lives are still in danger.
La salsa.
It's salsa. That's what they were really good at.
So why did he start dancing?
Yo antes de empezar a bailar con ella,
Before he started dancing, he didn't have very good friends around him at the time. They're just people that want to have money,
pero fácil.
but easy money,
Trabajarla, sí.
without working, without sweating for it.
What's the easy money?
Steal. They come with guns and
Drogas, entonces.
drugs, alcohol. Sometimes you have already killed somebody that their brother or their gang is worse than you are, so
Right.
it's too late for you.
So you can't
like
go back.
you're a wanted person.
Una ir a la cárcel o una al cementerio.
So you have 2 options. It's either to go to jail or to end up in the cemetery.
I don't think people understand the scope that this violence has. I mean, they can't even show their faces because if they speak out against the guerrilla groups, they're gonna come after them.
Tenía un amigo de colegio
She had a friend from college.
que
Her family was separated. They let her and her son leave, but still her life's being threatened.
No puedo revelar mi nombre, rostro, porque tengo temor por mi vida. Pero quiero contar mi historia. Yo nací en Colombia. Mis padres se conocieron y se enamoraron. En medio de grupo armado. La última imagen que yo tengo de mi madre fue el día que la asesinaron. Yo tenía 4 años. Veía, pues me daba cuenta de todo. La vi llena de sangre. Yo pensaba que mi mamá estaba dormida. Entonces me acosté al lado de ella y la abrazaba. Esa fue la última vez que vi a mi mamá. Yo tuve la razón de vengarme. Tenía 7 años cuando empecé a ser parte de la fila ya como combatiente. A muchas de las niñas las abusaban. Nos amarraban de manos y pies y nos metían en agua empantanada. y hay unos que nunca salían. Me mandó a llamar mi comandante y me dijo que mi papá lo habían asesinado. Y cuando me llevó a verlo, no lo vi porque lo entregaron en pedazos. Pensaba que era mi destino morir ahí. Bueno, ese era mi mundo. Mi mundo era cuando unas personas de derechos humanos me trasladaron a un hogar de protección infantil en la ciudad.
I can't imagine the psychological effects of being threatened every day of your life. We can hear their stories, but we'll never understand what it's like.
Porque me encanta bailar. El baile es una pasión y se vuelve...
Dance is kind of her life now.
Luego le empecé a ver como el cariño.
Dance helped him to forget about some of the problems that he was going through.
El baile hay que ser pinchada, hay que lucirse. Entonces,
It's a relief as a way to an outlet.
medio de expresión corporal.
She said, yeah, I use it as a way of expression.
Tú bailas y tú te sientes muy bien.
So he said he started dancing and he started feeling happy and he started feeling good and he had never really felt like that before.
Are they going to show us later?
¿Los vas a enseñar más al rato?
Claro.
They said, of course. There are so many war-affected children that have seen so many things in Colombia. And what they need here is a place that's safe. And with this community center, little by little, they're filled with hope again and with the idea that they can dream.
Yuli and her family invited Marlee and I to come and visit their home, and we were so excited to do that because we don't usually get to visit the community that we're sending the hearing aids into.
I wish my kids were here so they could learn and appreciate. I think they need to have a better understanding of what really goes on in the world and what people go through every day.
Hola. Not hearing diminishes someone. So when you go ahead and fix that, you help them have a better life. They can get a job, they can be part of their families, they can be part of their community. Tanny.
Henry.
Hello.
I feel honored that I was able to be there when Yuli got her hearing aids and to be able to hear for the first time. And that was really a powerful moment. And I'm looking forward to seeing how things will turn out for Yuli and how she'll blossom.
Before this situation, he noticed Yuli a little sad, and after the process, her emotions and her gestures and her face changed.
I sort of say we can see it in her eyes.
Estamos muy contentos y créame que nos dejan una alegría, un corazón inmenso. De aquí en adelante vamos a seguir con más moral y con más entusiasmo para salir adelante con Yuli. Gracias.
She's a beautiful person.
Ella es muy bonita.
And I want to see her grow up to be somebody big.
Hello.
She loves to dance. She loves the music.
Ah, wonderful. She can be a dancer.
She puts in the music and she just dances and moves to the music.
Yeah, you should dance. We could dance.
To see that moment between father and daughter just brought chills to us, and they seem very close, but I think as a result of what we were able to help out with, they're even closer.
It was an honor to sit with Yuli's family, and you could tell there was so much love in that home. Yay, that was wonderful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Muchas gracias.
De nada, de nada. Getting to connect with them has been a delight. I feel like I left a little bit of myself behind with them. Bye-bye.
It's our last day in Kazuka, and it's bittersweet. Each person has been displaced. They've lost their family, they've lost their home, and you really feel how they've come together as a community to lean on each other for support and help rebuild.
One of the greatest joys I have is working with Stephen. It's a mother's dream. Just by meeting Nora and Niusha, you know, I'm taking, you know, things home from them too. What about you?
No. You know, just the appreciation that I've had for everything that you guys, you know, gave us, and not, you know, hearing all these stories and just what everybody else went through is, you know, you can hear their stories and you can, you know, try to understand it, but you know, you'll never be able to fully understand what they are able to go through, but it gives you a sense of appreciation for what, you know, we didn't have to go through, you know, for providing everything that we needed, and, you know, not just material things, but just for, you know, caring and family and, you know, that support. And so, I mean, I think we came in here to help change their lives, and in doing that, you know, they helped change ours.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's the biggest thing I take away from is how they affected me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to be able to share this with you. I'm so glad.
Me too. I am too.
I love you, honey.
Me too.
Today is the day that finally all the community will come. So it's a big celebration. I'm very happy, I'm very proud. Yes, nice.
It looks good.
The community has learned how to keep working together, how to collect more bottles and build their own houses.
It's the celebration of the new beginning. This community center will serve as the heart of Kazuka. You are the stars of this event, this community, and the strength of this community. So I want to thank you, the members of the community who are out there filling out the bottles and working very hard to make this dream a reality. Muchas gracias.
I just wanted to say that our time spent here with you has been one of the best times of our lives. We will leave a little bit of ourselves with you, but we will take a little bit of you with us home.
You know, the seed of hope was planted here, and it's not something that we planted, but hopefully it was something that we helped flourish.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Building this community center, I think, is just the beginning and actually a catapult to showing what this community can do. It's not really a displaced community, but there's people there that care and that can build an infrastructure.
Thank you very much. Remember that we work together, we can achieve great goals in our lives. Now we're going to see a real road of capoeira from Kazuka, Colombia!
Lo que en esta lucha de supervivencia, o sea, uno cuenta que ya uno no está solo, que ya puede contar uno con alguien, que lo que uno hace vale la pena. Hay una esperanza en Kazuka.
Mis sueños más grandes es seguir trabajando por los derechos de los jóvenes víctimas del conflicto armado y estar viva para ver a mi hijo crecer.
The most inspirational thing for me is to see the people that are trying to say, hey, I owe it to the future to try to make a difference and lead for difference. The only way forward is on the backs of people that will sacrifice. The world depends on them.